Syrian Arab Army advances in Palmyra and eliminates al-Nusra terrorists in al-Zabadani. People of occupied Syrian Golan stage a sit-in to protest the campaign of arbitrary arrests carried out by the Israeli occupation. And WikiLeaks uncovers Saudi regime campaign against Syrian government to cancel its membership in regional and international organizations. Good afternoon. Syrian Arab Army units have fought infiltration attempts and attacks by terrorist groups along several hills in Idlib countryside, eliminating scores of them. In Deir ez-Zor Governorate, Syrian military aircraft have destroyed 3 armed caches used by ISIS, killing and injuring many of them. It also destroyed the den used by ISIS in al-Raqqa Governorate, killing all of those in sight. In Damascus countryside, Syrian Arab Army units and the Lebanese National Resistance have carried out concentrated strikes targeting terrorist dens and hideouts in the western neighborhood and the outskirts of Qal'at al-Zahra, as well as 2 other neighborhoods in al-Zabadani city, destroying a 23mm anti-aircraft machine gun, killing a number of the terrorist leaders. Syrian Arab Army units and groups of public defense have killed a number of ISIS terrorists west of Palmyra, Stone Quarry and Abiyad Valley Triangle in Hom's eastern countryside. A military source has said that the Syrian Arab Army unit thwarted an attempt by ISIS terrorists to infiltrate to Abu al-Fawadis Stone Quarry coming from the city of Palmyra, killing or injuring many of them. A terrorist whom the Syrian Arab Army caught in Hasaka Governorate has confessed fighting in the ranks of ISIS under foreign commanders.
In televised confessions aired by the Syrian TV, Abdel Razak said that he hails from Al-Ummal neighborhood in Deir ez-Zor city, adding that he was recruited to fight in the ranks of the ultra-radical organization and received training in Iraq before he was moved along with the others to Syria. The terrorist said that he fought side by side with as many as 70 terrorists in a Nashwa neighborhood in Hasaka, indicating that all those who blew up car bombs in Hasaka were non-Syrian. ISIS top commander in Hasaka, known as Wali, Abdul Razak added, is an Iraqi, and the organization's top commanders are exclusively foreigners, while Syrian terrorists make up the organization's rank and file, who are usually assigned all sorts of terrorist operations. Contrary to the widely held belief that ISIS fighters are allegedly well versed in the teachings of Islam, Abdel Razak said that the leaders of the terrorist organization show lack of knowledge in the matters of their religion. I have memorized nothing from Holy Quran. ISIS leaders had not bothered about teaching us any, he confessed. He said that their leaders were ordering them to abduct women in the areas they take over to sell them. Women were being sold at $1,000 to $2,000. He said, war booty, he explains, is a term that ISIS uses to describe all that is found in the buildings its fighters attack, including the furniture, equipment and others which they consider as their own. Even building stones were sold for a pittance, he said.
The people of the occupied Syrian Golan staged a sit-in on Saturday in the town of Majd al-Shams to protest the campaign of arbitrary arrests carried out by the Israeli occupation authorities. Participants in the sit-in voiced rejection of the arbitrary practices carried out by the Israeli occupation, asserting that they will not succumb to the desperate Israeli attempts to break their willpower and their adherence to their Syrian identity, calling on releasing the people of Golan being held in Israel Israeli occupation jails. They affirmed their support of Syria's leadership, army and people, and that the arbitrary arrest campaign will not change their position towards Syria, nor will it weaken their sense of belonging. The people of the occupied Syrian Golan are being subjected to various forms of repression and racist practices at the hands of the Israeli occupation authorities, including arbitrary arrests, which have been escalated recently to pressure the locals to abandon their support for their homeland and silence their rejection of the Israeli support to terrorist organizations operating in Syria. Saudi regime warplanes continued breaching the humanitarian truce that was announced by the United Nations in Yemen. The Saudi regime launched a series of new raids that targeted Sada, Sana'a, and Lahaj provinces. 9 citizens were killed, 7 of which are from the same family, in an air raid launched by the Saudi aggression that targeted their cars. Meanwhile, 2 children were killed and 6 others were injured due to a similar attack on a residential house, as a civilian was killed and 2 others were wounded in the Saudi air raids against an area in Al-Dala Governorate. With this, we conclude our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region, and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our Facebook page, Syria TV channels. You may also watch the Syrian satellite channel live on YouTube. Now to latest business and market news with Razan, but after a short break.
Thank you, Vani. Good afternoon. Prime Minister Dr. Wael Halaqi said that the government is providing logistic services for the industrial areas and rehabilitating the damaged, such as Sheikh Najjar in Aleppo. During a meeting held to discuss the needs and situation of the industrial areas, Al-Halaqi stressed that the industrial security leads to social stability and helps providing new job opportunities, achieving sustainable and comprehensive development, reducing importation and strengthening national economy. Establishing the industrial areas led to a significant improvement in the industrial sector, with 4 main zones in Damascus countryside, Sheikh Najjar, Hisya and Deir Zor. Governor of the Central Bank of Syria, Adib Mayali, said that the banks are a main factor and supporter of national economy, adding that because of the army sacrifices and heroism, as well as the restoration of security to several regions, other new banks will be opened in Homs. Mayali, at the celebration for reopening Syria International Islamic Bank in Homs, said that reopening the bank will give new momentum to the economic life in the Syrian central city. For his part, the CEO of the Islamic Bank said that the aim of reopening the bank is to offer all financial and banking services to the citizens in all regions, considering this step as great success. The Greek Prime Minister received a mandate to complete negotiations with the international creditors after winning the Parliament's support for a new package concerning the austerity measures. The Prime Minister said in a statement after the vote that he had a strong mandate to complete the negotiations in order to reach an agreement which could be economically and socially applicable. On the other hand, a European source said that all the 3 creditor institutions, the European Union, the Central European Bank and the International Monetary Fund, have agreed to provide a positive evaluation for the proposed reforms by the Greek government. International Energy Agency expected that oil prices might face more pressure due to the global demand's decline as the operation of regaining the market's balance continues until the coming year. The agency also referred that the global demand on oil might slow down next year to 1.2 million barrels per day, from 1.4 million this year, while the market has not reached its lowest levels yet. Noting that the operation of regaining balance, which was launched after the first oil decline, has not finished yet, as the progress will continue until 2006. And now over to some main currencies exchange rates according to the bulletin of the Central Bank of Syria. With this, we conclude our economic news for today. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.